What's up everyone, V here, and today I am really excited to be finally reviewing the Marvel Legends Yelena and Red Guardian 2-pack from Thunderbolts. Finally, Thunderbolts figures after, the movies already on Disney Plus. Lord, they were like, we're not gonna try to make these figures come out anytime near the actual movie, which is a shame. Which is a shame because, my God, I love that movie so much. From day one, I was saying that movie's gonna be peak, and everyone was doubting it, and then it came out, and then everybody started praising it, and I was like, I believed in it from day one. I was so hyped. From that first trailer, they had me hooked. Loved the movie, so it really sucked to come out the theater and have nothing but pre-orders that will ship in September. But I saw people posting that Walmart was putting up this little display thing with Marvel Legends on part of it, and people were finding the Thunderbolts figures there along with Fantastic Four and a bunch of Spidey figures. So I hit up my Walmart. They actually had the display up. I was mind blown, but they had nothing. But it's like a hair in my mouth. But then I hit it up again, like a week later. Still nothing. But one singular 2-pack sitting on the shelf. Snagged that up like the Flash. My God. And I'm glad it was this 2-pack, because when the pre-orders for them, because there's this one and then the Sentry and U.S. Agent 2-pack, I pre-ordered that one because it was the one I was just more interested in. I mean, I love U.S. Agent. It's the little custom. If you want to know more about that, check out my Thunderbolts video. And because Sentry looked really cool. So I was like, I'm going to get that one and then hold off until this one. Because I was like, I like the Red Guardian I have. And I wasn't confident Hasbro could make a good Yelena figure. But I was proven wrong. And ironically, I got this one before the one I pre-ordered, Because why would the pre-order get to you at a decent time, Anyway, hopefully it gets here soon, because I swear to God, if I see it in the store tomorrow, I'm going to want to buy it. And it'll be tragic if I can't cancel that order. I should just wait. I hate waiting, though. Anyway, getting sidetracked. Anyway, like I said, loved the movie. Loved Yelena. I mean, I love Yelena as a character. Hot take, she is infinitely better than Black Widow. But, because I feel like they allowed Yelena to be a true depthful character. Because in the beginning, I feel like they were just like, look, it's hot woman for Black Widow, and it wasn't until later that they really started giving her depth beyond that. But since Yelena's the forefront of this movie, really, I mean, Florence Pugh's just great in it too. And, of course, Red Guardian's great. Love Red Guardian. Praying to God they don't kill him off in Doomsday. And I hope we get to see more of the Thunderbolts. I know the movie low-key flopped, but, give it time. I feel like get the people time to see the team, and I feel like it'll be a fun watch. Anyway, before we get into these figures, my poor attempt to pose said figures, I am not a good figure poser, as you've probably seen if you've watched any video on the channel. I'm not a posing guy. I just like to have them to mess around with them, but I try from time to time. Remember that era where I tried to add skits at the beginning of my videos? It was 2 videos in the very beginning, but yeah. Anyway, box 2-pack. Got some gold in the back. I wonder what that's a reference to. Actually, it just looks like a diagram of a desert, which, that's in the, also spoiler alert, I mean, movies on Disney Plus, gang. You've had plenty of time to see it. Anyway, you got Yelena Belova. I like how it says her full name, but then just Red Guardian. Thunderbolts, asterisk Marvel, plus Oh, oh, mysterious. Blah, 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 blah. Those shots again. Looking like some redacted, like, CIA file thingies. And then you got highly trained assassin Yelena Belova must team up with an unlikely group of deadly agents to take down Valentina Allegra de Fontaine and the immense power she wields. Upon hearing of a dangerous new threat, Alexei Shostakov leaps at the opportunity to be a hero and reclaim his glory days as the Red Guardian. Probably said his name wrong. Anyway. Bringing in these two figures. See if I can get them to stand. They low-key, kind of come with a good amount of accessories. 90% of them are Yelena's. But we'll go over Red Guardians. I don't know, actually. We'll go over them kind of together. Depend on, like, what they're for. First off, Yelena has trigger finger hands, but she also has fists. Oh my god, it's the train. Scheduled on time. There hasn't been a train tonight at all, but I bet you there's going to be 2 trains that go by my house when I'm recording this. And they're fist hands. Nothing too much. I'm never going to put them on. And Red Guardian has 2 trigger finger hands, but he also has 1 fist and 1 grabby hand, which are painted all right. Nothing too crazy. Then they come with a lot of weaponry. Mostly Yelena, but cool, fun thing, they can all be stored on the figures, which is really cool. Let's do Alexei's. He comes with 2 pistols, which holster in the back, like so. Really cool. Then get a closer look. They look nice, got a lot of nice detailing in there. Looks really cool. Also, if my hands look really scuffed, it's because I was playing guitar before this video, and my god, that acoustic really just eviscerates my fingers. You can put it in his hand. Looks good. I don't remember him using a gun in the movie though. But again, my memory could be completely horridly off. But yeah, I do like this. This is a cool little holster. And that's it. No shield for him, but he also didn't have a shield in this movie. I forget if the shield got destroyed in Black Widow. It's been a minute since I've seen it. You could give... Oh, R.I.P. Could give the shield that came with the OG. This isn't the OG. This is the second Alexei. But also, same shield as him as well. To him, I don't have that shield on me because it's one of those clip shields, aka piece of trash. But yeah, Yelena's where it's at. She comes with a lot of stuff. First, most notably, her little baton thingies look really cool. Holster, decently well. They're a little loose for my liking, but I think this little end will hold it in. It's just... yeah, and then as you saw at the beginning of this video, she can hold them. I don't know why I said it like that. Then, down here, we got more weaponry. Got a little knife sheath there. Really cool, tiny little knife. Put in her hand, really loose. Incredibly loose. Probably will most likely fall out of her hand, but it looks cool. Some nice detailing. And you can just sheath it right back up there. And then tiny little pistol, which can go in her hand. Looks really cool. Actually has a gloss black painted onto it. You can just slide that in there. The knife, I worry about. It holds in there nice, but you never know. Nothing is in focus right now, I just realized. But yeah, that's all of the weaponry. But we got one extra accessory. Had a hiccup for Alexei. Why don't any of them want to stand? My god. And it's an unmasked head of David Harbour, which you can just swap out and pop on. Forgot he was like bald in this movie, and it looks really good. I think this is a great likeness. You really do see David Harbour, and I thought the original likeness, not the original, the second one, that first likeness, god awful. This one, I thought this one wasn't bad, but now I'm looking at this one, I'm just like, This looks nothing like David Harbour. Yeah, it looks really cool. Beard is nice. Has a little bit of a splash of something in there. Why does it look metallic? Like metallic silver in his beard. Looks cool. And then you got like the faded hairline there, which looks really good. And overall, looks really cool on him, which is good because he barely wears the mask in the movie. But we'll keep him with the mask for this video because why not? Actually, you know what? He does look better without the mask. But we'll take a look at that masked head because the helmet is really big on him. I can't lie. It looks like they didn't even hollow in a part because bringing in that other one, like it's way more form-fitting on this head sculpt. This one just looks like they plopped it over that original head sculpt, which is crazy. But yeah, still looks good. It's got the little star painted there. Nothing else painted like on the helmet, but you still got little buckles there. Looks pretty solid. But again, yeah, I'm probably gonna keep him with the unmasked head just because it matches with Yelena a bit better. Yelena! It's the best impersonation you're gonna get. You know what? Since we've been talking about him a lot, we'll start with, almost said U.S. Agent Lord, with Red Guardian Alexei Shostakov. I think that's his last name, I don't remember. I was very hesitant when they announced him with this new suit because, I can't lie, didn't like the suit at first, especially compared to this last one, because I loved how this last one looked, and I still prefer this last suit. But it did grow on me in the movie, and the figure represents it pretty solidly, and is objectively a better figure than that original one. I just prefer that other suit, but it still looks good. You got the nice, like, armored chest with the star in the middle and the white, which looks good. All these little buckles. Shoulder pads, which are like how they do the shoulder pads now with, like, the little circle ring so it gets out of the way but still moves with the arm, which is nice. Then, like, I don't know, more, like, the weird ab section on the chest plate for some reason. Belt, a lot of nice details picked out on this figure, which is cool. And nice because, it's in a 2-pack, a tad pricey. Came out to around like $60. I might be thinking of the one I pre-ordered. This one might have been $50, I think, but still, yeah. In-store $50, but when I pre-ordered it with shipping and everything, it was $60. A decent price, but honestly, I'd say it's worth it. This is a really solid figure. Love the different, like, tones of, like, the darker red throughout, and love the little texture there. Got these weird collars. I don't know what's up with that. Coming down to the legs, nothing too exciting. And then the boots, which are, in fact, reuse from that original figure, which is really shocking. Also, just the tone difference between these. Like, he's got such a brighter red, the white's more white, whereas this is like a more, like, cream-colored white and a more muted red, which I think matches how that movie looked, because it was a very somber-looking movie, because it is talking about depression and all that. And, like, the muted colors really match that. But yeah, overall, figure looks great. They captured the suit really well. I think he looks really solid. But yeah, the real one I was interested in, though, was Yelena, because Hasbro has yet to make a decent Yelena figure. The one from Black Widow looked nothing like her, and kinda sucked. And then the one from Hawkeye, likeness got better, but my god, that figure was buns. So much so that I literally, if you saw the Thunderbolts video I made, you'll know the backstory of this figure a bit more, that I made a custom one with a bunch of different parts of different figures, and this is the one on the Hawkeye, the head sculpt for the Hawkeye figure. And I was like, this is the best we're going to get. So when this one was announced, I was a little hesitant, because I was like, they haven't really made a solid one yet. But my god, they actually almost nailed Yelena finally. I say almost because it's not perfect, but it's near there. I think they did a solid job. My biggest complaints are, I feel like the arms are a bit weird. I feel like, number one, I feel like they make the female arms really thin. I feel like it just needs to be a tad bit thicker. Have the same complaint with, like, Invisible Woman. I don't know, maybe it's the double jointed elbow. But also I feel like they put the elbow too high. It's just a tad bit too high. And then my second biggest complaint with this figure is the hair. Because head sculpt's great, but what is this paint job? What is this paint job? This looks like buns. This is trash. But besides that, this is a really solid figure and a way better Yelena attempt. Because my god, they've been fumbling. Getting a closer look, that is Florence Pugh right there. Like, that first head sculpt, I don't even want to try to find it. I don't even think I could find it. I think I sent that to the depths of hell. But then the second one, I was like, it's not bad, but I feel like it's missing something. She looked Russian as hell, though. But, man, they knocked it out the park with this likeness. Like, you can just... That's Florence Pugh. It just sucks that the hair paint job could have been so much better. I get what they're attempting to do, but, oh, they could have done it so much better, because that just looks rough. That looks rough. Like... I mean, they made this hair look so much better. And again, maybe could have done something like they did with Johnny or something, but no, it looks rough. But cool little detail, she's got all the little, like, piercings and jewelry in her ear. Painted, which looks really nice. Then coming down to the body, it's just kind of like this jumpsuit type thing, which is sculpted really well. It's got a little bit of paint with, like, the darker greens in there. And then all the little, like, buckles holding everything. Although, I feel like these straps should probably be painted. And then come to the arms. Even though they're a little wonky, they do got a lot of nice sculpt work. Got the little tasers on the end, which look really cool. Then got all this nice texture throughout. They're really baggy legs. And again, another thing, I feel like the knees are a little low, too. Like, why is it that low? I don't know. But aside from the weird placements here, it's a solid figure. And I feel like they also nailed Florence Pugh's proportions really well. Because the original figure, I feel like this is just generic woman build. But I feel like this actually looks like Florence Pugh. Like, they actually got her build really well. Which I really like. You know, they actually, despite... Because at first it seemed like they kind of like half-assed the Thunderbolts figures with just only 2-packs. And they didn't even do all the characters. We're missing Bucky, we're missing Ghost, which could have easily been a 2-pack. I'm shocked we're missing Bucky, as popular of a character as he is. Anyway, looking at the boots. But like, for the few figures they did, they really went all out, which I love. Because, like, these... Oh, kind of hard to stand. But yeah, these two are great. Like, honestly, I can't lie. I am really thoroughly pleased with both of these. Red Guardian wasn't the most interested in, again, because I didn't care for the suit, and because that other Red Guardian figure isn't bad. But this one, improvement. And then Yelena, one I was hoping we'd finally get a good figure of, and we did. Awesome. Anyway, articulation-wise, how do they both move? We'll do Red Guardian first. Dumbbell joints. Looks up, down, bobs. Arms rotate, kind of clicky. Hinge, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. Rotation, hinge up and down on both of these hands, but the other hands are in and out. Diaphragm joint, which moves barely forward and kind of back. Bobs, waist, belt gets out the way, can kick. Can't really go too far back, but he's got a lot of stuff back there. Can do splits, phenomenally well. Why does Red Guardian do, dare I say, almost better splits than a Spider-Man figure? Thigh rotation, double jointed knee, boot cut, then really stiff up and down, and a rocker. Solid articulation. Don't know how much of that was in focus. Stand, comrade. There we go. Yelena, dumbbell joint at the head, looks up, down, way better range because she doesn't have a giant beard. Arms rotate, hinge out that far. Biceps swivel, but it's really tiny. Double jointed elbow, which moves wild. Rotation, same up and down, but then in and out on the fisted hands. Diaphragm, which doesn't really move forward, moves back decently, rotates, bobs, no waist, kicks really far forward, can't really kick too far back, can do the splits decently well. I'd be careful with this leg though. Really well hidden thigh, because for a second there I was like, does she actually have a thigh rotation? She does. That is really hidden. Double jointed knee, no boot cut, but up and down, and a rocker. Average Marvel Legends articulation for the both of them, but really solid. Now, how big are they? I don't know why I said it like that. Bringing in a Black Series and a well, actually, I can't do them both at the same time, so we'll just do one at a time. Black Series here is Commander Cody. Oddly kind of matches height. Usually Black Series are way smaller, but I guess they aren't too tall. And then for Transformers, Studio Series Shockwave. Then for 7-inch scale comparisons, here they are next to the DC McFarlane Superman, Corsi Towers, and then the Jazzwares Halo CE Master Chief. And for some more fun comparisons, here they are to not the previous review, because that was Transformers related. By the way, go check that one out. But a member of the Fantastic Four, a movie they shared releases with, kind of vaguely together, who also, another peak movie with peak figures. Here they are next to their other versions. And finally, here they are with pretty much mostly almost everybody from the Thunderbolts. Here is Bucky. We desperately need a new Bucky. And then U.S. Agent. This is basically what that figure in the 2-pack is, just with a different head sculpt. And yeah, look, and pretend Ghost is here, but just invisible. And pretend like Bob is flying somewhere. And then we have the whole Thunderbolts crew. But yeah. Do I recommend both of these figures? Hell yeah. They were a blast. I think they're the best versions of each of these characters that you're going to get. They look great, they pose great, they feel great. They absolutely knocked it out of the park with these figures. It is 2-pack, so it's going to be a tad pricey. So I guess if you don't care about this movie or the characters, probably pass. But if you enjoyed the movie, these are great. Great figures. Solid, I would say solid 9 out of 10. I mean, I really have no qualms with Red Guardian. I think they nailed him. Yelena, almost perfect. Just a few nitpicks. But that's about it. Hopefully you have a wonderful day. Like, subscribe, check out my previous reviews. Next vid is probably going to be Invisible Woman, because I realized I have not done her yet. And hopefully, after that will be the other 2-pack. And maybe one day I'll find the Thing figure. One day. But yeah. Anyway, I've said it all. Again, hopefully you have a wonderful day. hopefully you are not depressed like these people. And if you are depressed, hopefully you end up finding a group of other depressed people and you join together and become a team, a phenomenal group of people who will then have to fight Robert Downey Jr. in the big climax movie. Praying they don't kill any of them off, bro. We just got them, please. I beg. I know they're doing the reset, but please keep the Thunderbolts. I beg. Anyway, peace.